Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice. Grandpa is not a financial planner. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. DLA, if you're out there, let me know what you ended up at for the day. He was up. Okay, exciting day today. It was a lot of fun. And we're going to be going through quickly the upside of Tesla, the downside, the opening price. I will give you Grandpa's prediction and the dominant trend, the range, and divergence. Uh, my bull trap, my last live stream last night or this morning was titled The Bull Trap because I expected a bull trap. And I think we pretty much got a bull trap. They went up there and rejected and come right back down and probably do the same thing tomorrow. Um, so, Fed, the Fed decision tomorrow, Wednesday, and that should be exciting. Uh, okay, here's what's going on. Um, the Fed rate monitor tool has given us um, a rate cut of 0.25%. They're saying 38% chance. 38% chance of a 0.25. However, the Fed monitor tool is saying there's a 62% chance that we're going to get a 0.50 basis point reduction, which should be pretty huge for Tesla, but most people still expect a 25%, and when they get 0.50, they will see it as bullish. But what it tells Grandpa is the Fed is finally admitting that our economy is in trouble. Recession fears uh, may be in your future here. We had a high in Tesla today of 234.57, a low of 226.55. We closed at 227.87, and Tesla outperformed the indexes, the S&P 500 and QQQ or the Nasdaq by a little bit. More often than not, the real move after the Fed decision is the next day, Thursday, and I expect that to hold true tomorrow. I expect tomorrow to be fairly wild, but I think Thursday's going to be wilder. Even if the reaction turns bearish Wednesday or Thursday on fear, it doesn't change the fact that any rate cut is huge, just huge for Tesla and their sales, because lower interest rates mean people can probably buy that vehicle. Uh, okay, so let's talk the upside range and the downside range. The upside range we broke through it today and went up 234 whatever 60 70 and uh, got pulled right back down, but we're underneath again, and 233 is we need a close above that 233. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a close above that 233, and I think we may get it uh, this week yet, possibly. Well, I'll get into that later. Okay, so upside range 233, 235. We came just shy of going through it at least today. 239 above that, followed by 250, and of course the 265, 269 area. On the downside, we have support uh, at that two 224, 225 area, 222, 218, 217, 218 is where Grandpa's trend line is. If you look right here on the dominant trend is currently up um, in Tesla, but that trend line is right about 217, 218 area, right on to, and very. It's likely that in the coming week or whatnot, we're going to bounce off that. It's going to act as support, followed by 199 and 182. Okay, for the opening price on Wednesday. Now, Grandpa called it out uh, this morning. Or last night, I did the opening price prediction at 226.75, and right at 7 a.m. in the pre-market opening, I got within 4 cents of it, and it just went straight up. So by the regular opening, I was off by a few bucks. But whatever. You know, if Grandpa gives you the opening price, it could happen in the pre-market. Remember that. And when we're allowed to trade at 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at night, is what Schwab allows you to do. Okay, so and I think, where did Grandpa go next here? So huge for Tesla. Downside, like I said, way down, you got support at 182, 199, 218, and then of course the 222. And I got the opening price. The opening price, Grandpa's been calculating and calculating for the last hour here or more, and I believe that we are going to. I calculate the fair market price of Tesla for the opening. What Grandpa does, and I believe it's going to be 229.70. 229.70. Whether you get it in the pre-market and the open, on both opens, sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's a few minutes after the open. So we're going to. Grandpa thinks we're going to gap up overnight a couple bucks and several dollars. And my personal plan, it's not nothing that you probably want to take to the bank, but my plan is to just wait and see where this bus runs and shorter that resistance, because I just don't believe it's going to bounce that high to take the chance of. I don't want to get stuck up here. I don't want to get stuck up at the top of the range. And that's just, Grandpa's very cautious, and that's just the way it is. Let's see. Possible close. I believe the possible close on Wednesday tomorrow is going to be right about 2:30. But on Thursday, I think we're going to break through that 233 area finally and close up around 234 on Thursday. And throughout the day, the day, continued trading throughout the week here between 225 and the 240 range into the next week. Keep in mind, it's only Grandpa's opinion based on what Grandpa sees. It's just what I think. It isn't written in stone, okay? If we close tomorrow below 229.40, keep that in mind. If we close tomorrow below 229.40, and we can't hold that area, you could likely see 211 the next day. So, But a settlement above 239, you can look for the 250 area and above. Divergence today, we had none. We had higher volume on higher prices, and that's considered a good thing. So we made it through that. I believe everyone made some money today. Trees in his trucker ended up $200 up, and he would have probably done even more, but it's pretty hard to trade driving through Chicago, so he gave it up when he had to get going. Grandma picked up $70 today. Grandpa made some money today. I made $238 today, and I sold early like usual. Grandpa is so overly cautious. I went out. I seen a bull flag, or not a bull flag, a reversal signal coming, and I just didn't want to take the chance of losing my 238. If I would have held out, I could have easily got 450. But I made money, and I like to make money. Okay, let's see. And DLA, he was up when I last talked to him this morning, but I haven't talked to him since. He was going to let me know, but his twin boys are due tomorrow, and his wife usually has. He thinks she's going to have. They say she might have them early. So he's got twin boys coming, Mac and Jesse. That's what he's naming them. Okay, and Jeff didn't trade today. Several people didn't check back in today. Jeff didn't trade today. He's working on his book. Yes, Jeff is writing the book. And the title of the book is Why You Shouldn't Fall Asleep While Trading. Why You Shouldn't Fall Asleep While Trading. That's the title of his new book. But he was still up $35 yesterday, and when he got out and made his $35. But he was up $400 when he fell asleep. That was an expensive nap. But he's humorous about it. He's good with it, and it gives Grandpa something to tease him about. I'll tease him about this the rest of his life. And hopefully the book will be a bestseller, and he'll pull out of it. He's a good man. He's a good friend. He's very intelligent. And he likes to take naps, like Grandpa. Hey, remember, all good things are from the Lord, and Grandpa will be back giving live trade signals in Tesla about 9 to 9:15 a.m. tomorrow morning, a.m. Eastern Time. Remember to check your lag. The guys have been running right around a 10 to 30-second lag, and they're good with that. So that's pretty common. If you get up over a minute lag, you probably shouldn't trade. I'll put the clock up in the morning periodically so you can check your lag and figure out how far back you are. If you got good internet, you should be good. They're trading it, and they're doing well with it. And what do we? The dominant trend. I've got to show you this quickly here. Dominant trend is up, like I said. Here's the trend line that goes back 3 years in November, and we are above it. It's a buy signal. If you have a buy signal in the daily, weekly, and monthly, the dominant trend in the near term is up. If we lose the daily, it will immediately revert back to the dominant trend being down. Here's the weekly. Keep in mind the dominant trend is up because we have a buy signal in all three of these categories. And here we have the monthly, and the dominant trend there is also up. And we're having a battle at that 218 spot right there. There's support at that 218 because of that very line right there. So right around that 220, 218 area, Grandpa would be a buyer more than likely, anticipating a nice bounce. So if we ever get to that point, hey, let's see here. Think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.